Hey YouTube, Kier Twig here, bringing you guys my Dustin deck profile for March 2017. Not too much has changed with the deck. Just thought I'd bring you guys an update for the following year. It's a really cool deck. It's more of like an annoyance for your opponent when they go up against this deck, just because this card spams monsters to their side of the field that they can't do anything with. So let's go ahead and jump right into the deck profile. For your main monster, you run 3 House Dustin. The point of the Dustin deck is, like I said, spamming monsters, and with House Dustin, he's the one that sets off your main combo. When this card is on the field, it is destroyed by your opponent's card effect or by battle and sent to the graveyard. You can basically special summon as many Dustin monsters from your choice, from your hand and or deck to anywhere on the field. You can not special summon, you have to special summon an equal amount of monsters to each side of the field. So the point of it is, just to give your opponent as many Dustin monsters as you give yourself, and then they're basically clogged up with too much on the field, and then basically you use one of your bigger monster combo plays, which I'll get to take care of, your opponent's life points. Now, I don't know how, link summoning is going to be involved in this. I'm actually very curious, if I think your opponent will be able to send the Dustin monsters, possibly with the link summon, so we'll wait and see how that works. But other than that, it is your main key combo play, because the other Dustins really don't do much on their own. But we'll still go through them. I only run 2 of each of the other Dustin, just because it's kind of, inconsistent dead draw when you have more than 2 of each in the deck, just because you will end up with clogged hands of the same colors, too many in your hand when you just want to keep them in the deck. But that's why I keep it 2 and 2 also, so 1 for my opponent and 1 for myself. And so let's get back to it. Run 2 red Dustin. All the Dustins also share the effect. They cannot be used as a fusion, synchro, or seize for a summon while it's face up on the field. And when this face up card is destroyed, the controller takes 500 damage. So your opponent would take the 500, or you would take it, depending on who lost this card. And then all the Dustins share the effect of taking damage for the red Dustin, and the summon restriction as well. So when this card on the field is destroyed, the controller targets 1 spell or trap they control and return that target to the hand. So a little more of a less bonus, but like I said, the burn damage was still cool. But this one can, pop cards if they're kind of pesky, and you want to hit it with this green Dustin first, and then go with your big monster. And 2 yellow Dustin. I really do think the art for the Dustin is also pretty trolly. When this one's destroyed, the controller targets 1 monster in the graveyard, shuffles it back into the deck. So I'd say a little more usable effect, just so you can recycle some of your stuff, including some Dustin monsters. And lastly, for the main Dustin cards, 2 Dustin blue. When this one, basically you pick 1 random card from the controller's hand, and face down you banish it. So it's pretty good. It limits what they can do also. With hand. I'd say it's one of the more usable ones, but like I said, they're all used in the deck. I do not run white Dustin, just because that would give my opponent play, since it's just a normal monster. They can still do stuff with it. Yes, it is that summon that could be cool, but like I said, you don't want to give your opponent options. And then 1 Star Dustin. This is your big beater of the deck, if you do say. It cannot be normal summon or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by sending any number of Dustins you control to the graveyard. And it cannot be special summoned by other ways. This card's attack and defense become equal to the number of monsters sent to the graveyard for the summon of this card. And your opponent cannot flip or special summon any monsters or activate any set spell or traps on the field. If you control more than monsters than your opponent, destroy this card. Now that is an incredible lockdown effect. I only run 1 though, because most of the time you're only going to get this key combo play off once, and then it's not going to be able to be as consistent again. But having huge attack power and then just crippling your opponent is really the way to go. Like I said, he's one of your key monster plays. Secondly, and I would say also mainly just because of the chances you have, I run 3 Goblin King. While you control another face-up fiend-type monster, this card cannot be attacked. And the attack and defense of this card are equal to the number of fiend-type monsters on the field, excluding this card times 1,000. So all the Dustin monsters are fiend types, so max potential is you reach 8,000 power with this card. Give your opponent a Dustin in attack mode, and then attack them for game with this card. It's your OTK power, very easy, you just have to normal summon this card, and he gets that power boost. And then I run 3 Stygian Security. This card was just released in the new DDD structure deck, making it more easy for people to grab. So I would say this deck is definitely a budget fun deck if you're looking to build one. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, special summon 1 level 1 fiend type monster from your deck. So your main grab would be House Dustin with this card, just so you can, attack your opponent in with this into one of their hopefully weaker monsters, then grab House Dustin, and then they have to work around that monster. And then also 3 Battle Fader. This is a fiend type monster, so it helps with the 1000 boost for Goblin King, and it also is good just for that hand trap negate. So there's going to be a lot of times when you don't have the proper setup on the field, and you just need that one turn, basically, with this card. And then for spells, I run 3 Where Art Thou. Once again, you're very easy to have level 1s on the field. For example, the Battle Fader that I talked about earlier. And then with the Where Art Thou, you search for what you need, and then you basically normal summon it so you won't take the damage. So you're going to grab your House Dustin off this card and then set up your plays with the search. Same goes for 1-for-1. Just run 1 of this since it is at 1. Also, my favorite tech that I love to use is Mystic Box. This is basically because I can destroy one of my opponent's monsters and then give them one of my Dustins, which isn't the end of the world. It's, excuse me, really good just because of the fact that I gave them something that could potentially hurt them, especially if I give them, red or blue. It's really great. I tried 3, but it was just too inconsistent. I would open up a bunch of these, and it doesn't really give you anything. It does pop something of theirs and then give them something. But like I said, you don't want to open up too many because you can only do the combo so much. And then 3 Twin Twister. I found this card just at full potential for this deck. For the reason that you can discard your Dustins that you draw from your hand to the graveyard if you don't have the House Dustin play to go off of, or just any other unnecessary card to fill up, because if your opponent knows what they're doing, they're going to try and stop your House Dustin play. And then 1 Regeki, so I can clear out their field and then attack for big plays. The only bad backfire with this card would be with House Dustin, since your opponent has to control more monsters than you. But like I said, it still helps for the pesky monsters as well that you got to get over. And then for traps, 3 Magic Cylinder. This is just for extra burn damage because you're really talking about beating down your opponent with this deck, and this card comes in big handy there. Same with 3 Just Desserts. I've won a lot of games using this card against my opponent since the fields are always going to be full with the Dustin deck. And once again, to add on with the stall, with the Battle Fader, 3 Wabaku, just, to hold out a little longer for my plays. No extra deck, because, like I said, the Dustins can't really be used for, excuse me, Synchro, Xyz plays, and Fusion plays, so it's best just to go off their own potential. If you were to run an extra deck, I'd recommend, cards like rank 1 monsters that you can use with the Battle Fader, and if you need to, the Goblin King, Dalahan, Utopia Roots, those kind of things. But once again, I hope you all enjoyed the deck profile. Sorry about the coughing in the video, getting over a, massive cold that I've had. Actually, hurts to talk and do videos, but I love giving them out to you guys. Hoping to do some more, and I'm still open to taking suggestions from you all. Once again, hope you all enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe, and Kira Twig out.